even Naruto's sacrifice in the first arc, like the movie, even the Momoshiki arrives in the tuning exams, that still matters. Because Boruto thought he was sacrificed, and even then, Naruto thought he was going to possibly be sacrificed. Even if a sacrifice is a fake out death and it turns out it doesn't happen at all, the point is the character chooses to do it. They are willing to do the sacrifice, which gives it the meaning.
Yeah,
They're
I mean, like, the only
acknowledging
reason
meaning of their
Naruto
life.
didn't die is because he got saved by everyone else. Bro was just ready to lose.
Yeah. There's a quote. It goes something along the lines of, "You can't be brave if you aren't scared." Because bravery isn't not being scared. Bravery is overcoming your fear. It's being scared and doing something anyways. In
Anyway,
spite
yeah,
of being
exactly.
scared, you still do it.
Because
So,
otherwise, it's not that you're brave, it's that you just aren't scared. It's not a threat to you.
yeah.
Being brave is standing up to the thing that you are threatened by. But if you don't feel it's a threat, it's just not bravery. Like, you're just, it could be stupidity, it could be cockiness, or it could just be like it just straight up is. For example, I'm not gonna say that Ishiki's brave for standing up against EMS Madara. Like, bro's just not a threat to Ishiki. Like,
Yeah. So where I'm going with this is, for a sacrifice, again, it's about the will, the choice to actually do it. In The Promised Neverland, that sacrifice matters because the person that is going to sacrifice themselves, they care about themselves. Because they don't want to die, but they're going to choose to do it anyways. And that matters because they don't want to die. If they did want to die, then it just doesn't matter anymore. It just, who cares? It's
yeah, for example,
because they
like
care.
Boruto chapter 66. He doesn't want to die, but he's going to sacrifice himself because he cares more about everyone else. But doesn't devalue the meaning of Boruto's sacrifice. It's more just like karma bullshit. Is the problem, but that's like a different problem, though.
That example works fine. I think an example that makes this specific point even better is Boruto's resolve to end his life against Ishiki. When he has the kunai to his throat, and it's like, "You need me alive,
Mhm.
don't you?" He's holding himself hostage. Boruto's talking to Sasuke about how he doesn't want to die and how he's scared of Momoshiki and he's trembling about it. The reason he's even there in the first place, the reason Sasuke allows him to go to the battlefield, is because of his resolve as a shinobi. He's willing to die, and he proves it, especially in the anime, where he actually tries to run the kunai into his throat and Ishiki shrinks it. Boruto was never at risk of dying there. At any moment, Ishiki could have shrunken the kunai. The fact that Boruto was
But Boruto
willing to do
thought
it at
he was
all
going to die.
is just as meaningful, regardless if he actually does it or doesn't. It's his resolve
Or
to
if,
do
like,
it that matters.
to some extent, it's a hopelessness. Like, Boruto can't die. Although in Momoshiki's case, it's like, we can never do this again. Now I can't resurrect. So
That's
it doesn't do
crazy.
that. But
The point of mine is to say Boruto didn't sacrifice himself. At no point was Boruto sacrificed. But the point, the meaning behind the sacrifice, is that he was willing to actually do it. People don't cry in Baryon mode the moment Baryon mode dies or Naruto falls unconscious. People cry at Baryon mode the moment Naruto says, "Alright, Kurama, let's do it."
yeah.
Yeah. Like, you look up any reaction where someone's crying at Baryon mode, that's the moment. Even then, I'm not gonna say it's Kurama fading away that makes people sad. I don't know if this is just me. It gives me chills, makes me feel lighthearted. Not lighthearted. Light-stomached, I guess. The part that I emotionally resonate with, the part that really gets me emotionally invested in that scene to where I will cry every
Naruto
time.
reaching out.
The vulnerability of that scene is where Kurama says, "Your life was never the sacrifice. It was mine." Every time that gets me. That isn't what makes me cry, but it's what opens me up. It lets my vulnerabilities on full display. I let my guard down. I'm now emotionally invested. I am willing to let the scene guide me in whichever emotional direction it wants me to. It just hits hard for me. I don't know why.
I have to watch it in the anime again. In the manga, for me, nah. But
In the manga, it still hits for me because that same scene, I know it's in the manga. Naruto's reaction to this. Because it's not just about Naruto, it's Naruto and the audience. The audience thinks Naruto's gonna die. So it's almost like a relief at this moment. Oh my god, he's not actually gonna die. Like, it makes you cry. I don't even want to say tears of sadness, but it's not tears of happiness either. Tears of relief, maybe.
I mean, that one's tough though for me at least. Just the flash forward scene, I never thought Naruto was going to die here. I was like, I don't care what they do. I know he's not going to be dead. Didn't think he was going to die at all.
I didn't not think he was gonna die. But it's not whether or not he actually dies or not.
I was set in stone. I firmly believe that was like he's not dying.
For me, it's not about whether or not he
but
actually dies, because that's not the writing or intent or purpose of the scene in the first place.
yes, but I wasn't convinced that Naruto would die. It's my point. And that's because of the flash forward scene. It's not because of the writing in this arc, but previous writing prevented me from being convinced he would be dead.
So do you remember this 10th anniversary special, Naruto vs. Sasuke, the beginning and end, where it's after Naruto fights Sasuke? Naruto's dead, you can see the sword slashes in his chest. His hand falls, he dies here. Sakura looks at him and is shocked. And then at the end...
I don't think I've ever seen this.
At the end, you get Sakura looking at him. Naruto puts his hand on Sakura's cheek, indicating he didn't actually die. This is where Sakura breaks down. Sakura realizes it. This is the realization moment. This is the same moment I get when I read this. And then Naruto smiles. That's when she really starts breaking down, crying. So that's me afterwards.